Welcome to PySide6 GUI Development for Beginners, a course designed to teach you how to build cross-platform desktop applications that run on Windows, Mac, and Linux using PySide6, also known as Qt for Python. Qt is a powerful cross-platform application development framework that can be used to build applications targeting a wide range of device platforms, including desktop targets like Windows, Linux, and Mac, mainstream mobile platforms like Android and iOS, and even embedded devices. Python is now supported as an official language for Qt, and you can take advantage of the power of Qt with Python under the PySide6 or Qt for Python umbrella, and this course is designed to help you start doing just that. The course assumes no prior knowledge about Qt and methodically guides you through the concepts, constructs, and mechanisms needed to get you building your dream graphical user interfaces for desktop with Python using Qt widgets. By the time you are done with the course, you will not only be armed with knowledge you could use to build basic to intermediate graphical user interface applications, but you will also have enough momentum to even learn more on your own. As with many of my other courses, I use every chance I get to show you how to use the documentation to find solutions faster and on your own. Let's take a closer look at the content of the course. We start out by setting up the environment necessary to start building PySide6 applications. We will take a moment to install Python and PySide6. After that, we will set up a toy starting application that we will reorganize to use classes to make it really easy to manipulate. After that, we will learn about signals and slots, which is a way we have to respond to things happening in our application. For example, if somebody clicks on a button, we want to respond in some piece of code, and signals and slots are a powerful mechanism Qt provides to do that. After that, we will have a chance to look at a bunch of widgets that Qt provides. We will learn about Q widgets, Q main window, Q message box. We will learn about layouts and how we can lay things out either horizontally or vertically. We will see how to do that. We will learn about Q text edit. We will even learn about Q tab widget, combo box, and a bunch of other widgets you can use in your Qt applications. After that, we will have the foundations necessary to build the Qt widgets application, but that's not going to be really practical. We will show you how to use Qt Designer to drag and drop components and build graphical user interfaces faster, and we will show you two ways you can load those graphical user interfaces for use in your Python applications using Qt, and that's going to be using PySide6. So we will show you how to use GUI Loader, which is a class you can use to do cool things. We will also show you how to compile your user interfaces to Python, and we will show you two tools you can use to design forms that you can load in your Python applications. That's going to be Qt Designer and Qt Creator, and you will make your own mind on which you prefer better, and you will be using that in your career. In this chapter, we will also show you how to work with resources, which is a powerful way to package images and other kinds of resources in your applications so that applications can find them faster. We will move on and learn about dialogues, which is a way we have in Qt to pop up temporary dialogues or windows we want users to react to somehow. We will show you how to do that. We will have a chance to set up file dialogues, font dialogues, color dialogues, input dialogues, and all kinds of crazy dialogues that we even build ourselves. We will move on and show you how you can style your Qt applications. There are tons of facilities for styling in Qt. You can use styles, you can use palettes, you can use style sheets. We will have a chance to learn about all these. After that, we will learn about settings, which is a way we have to store and load settings in our application. We will learn about files and directories. We will touch on networking and show you how to use QNetwork Access Manager to even manipulate JSON data you get from the internet in your Qt widgets application. And after that, we will learn about the mighty model view architecture in Qt, which is a way we have to separate the way we store the data from the way we visualize data. We will start by using built-in components, QList widget, QTable widget, and Qtree widget. After that, we will learn about how to use some built-in models and views, and that's going to be really cool. We will end the chapter by looking at how we can even build our own custom model from scratch. Another thing we will have a chance to talk about is packaging. This is a technique you can use to package your application so that other people across the planet can run your application without having PySide6 or Python installed on their machines. They will just click on some executable and your application is going to run. We will show you how you can do that. Qt has quite a huge user base, and there are thousands of projects using it, both open source and commercial, including the one I am using to record this video right now. If you want to learn and master how to build cross-platform graphical user interface applications with Python, then this course is designed with the skill, patience, and depth needed to get you there as efficiently as possible. Please check out some of the preview videos and let's get you started building cross-platform GUI applications using Python and Qt.